I get it, you're a passionate muso who just wants to express themselves artistically, the only problem being you've never written a lyric in your life and you quite honestly don't know where to start. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. I can teach you. I've written hundreds, if not thousands of songs at this point. I began writing music before I could even, well, write. So this is Singer-Songwriter 101. For Dummies. Beginner's Guide. Now, before you even try touching an instrument, you need to figure out your point. A song without a point is like a novel without a plot. Formless. Typical singer-songwriter fashion will make this point about expressing emotion, but it doesn't have to do that. For instance, I once wrote a song called White Hoods Are Flammable Too about setting racists on fire. The emotion there was arson. The point of your song doesn't have to be serious or pretentious, you just have to care about it. Enormous Penis is one of my favorite songs. Don't think too hard about it. Once you have your point, we're going to convert it to a story arc. I think I can explain these steps best through demonstration, so I'm going to write my own song with you. My personal point will be about my adoration of my sister, and how, despite the fact I love her so much, I can't protect her from her current battle. So let's break that up into verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. That is quite a common song structure. I'm using it for simplicity's sake. You do not have to. Typically, I will even use my structure to emphasize the narrative of the song. If I want the narrative to feel cyclic, repetitive, endless, I will repeat a chorus a ridiculous number of times till it gets through your head that this is monotony. If I want something to feel like it's changed and unresolved, I will end on a verse, not a chorus, which breaks tradition and makes you feel a little uneasy. If you learn anything from me today, have fun with it. So you've decided on a song structure. Let's fit our point into that structure. I can't tell you how to do this one, I'll just show you what I do with mine. This is highly individualized. You need to do this for how it personally affects you. My immediate first thought is that my chorus needs to be about how I love my sister. That's what everything returns to. It needs to be about this utter adoration, and despite that fact, the verses need to tell me that love does not conquer all. I think with that in mind, I might actually change my structure so that a chorus comes first. I think that it's really poignant to have all you know being that I love my sister, and then the gut-wrenching punch of, but that doesn't matter, I can't help this. Because then the love, which was at first presented as a positive, becomes a fuel for the song's torment. Song structure down, let's find what I like to call our phrases. These are fun little rhetorics or metaphors or any kind of lyrical device that you want to use to emphasize your point. For me, I really want to focus on the idea, love is not enough. And I think in that, maybe the phrase that we return to is love should be enough. And then I'm thinking in the last chorus we might have a subversion that's my love should be enough. So I'm thinking that the chorus should be absolute cliches. It should be love should be enough to climb every mountain, to reach every skyscraper, to do all of the things that other people have said in their songs. I was sold a lie. Okay, so now I have a couple of quick phrases and ideas and my lyrical argument that I can return to. Hopefully you have that too. The final step is to write the damn thing. Quick couple of tips. If you hear a lyric and can immediately guess what the next line is going to be based on the rhyme, your rhyme is not good enough. You should always be thinking about inter-sentence rhyme. So between your lines, you should have in the middle of your sentence things that rhyme as well. If you had the line, I was riding on a cloud, you could say, I was hiding from the sound as your next thing. Assonance is a really good thing to consider. Also, every time you write a line, make sure you are checking the syllable count and syllable stress. You will eventually be fitting everything that you write into a tune. So sometimes I will be singing the melody as I write the lines, but other times I won't be, so it doesn't really matter in my opinion. I flip-flop from whether I write the lyrics or the chord progression first. And if you want me to do a whole video on how to structure the actual musicality and the instrumentation of your song, I can do that, but that is too much information to put into this video. So long as you're aware that this is going to have to be music at some point, it should be okay. Now, before I show you a snippet of the song that I wrote with you guys, I would like to ask that you stitch this video with the songs that you write, or at least tag me in them so that I can see what you guys create with this guide.
Love should be enough, so great it could slay the dragon, raise me up to stand on mountains, a tale as old as time, the conquest of affection. Love should be enough, fairy tales are a drop in the ocean, I am nailed to the cross of devotion, I'm writing cause my wrists were driven into the wood. Love should be enough, but it isn't, maybe it'll never be. I was sold a lie as they tied me to the pyre, and behind my back set another fire. I was ready to douse my own flames, but it wasn't my trial that came. No flicker, just ichor in my veins, and bound to the unlit stake. There was no ash to save as they burned her instead, and love had no strength and no quick escape came to me. Only painful wounds I should be enough. So great it could slay the dragon, raise me up to stand on mountains. A tale as old as time, the conquest of affection. My love should be enough. Fairy tales are a drop in the ocean. I am nailed to the cross of devotion, unwritten 'cause my wrists were driven into the wood. My love should be enough. Love with no bounds or limits, a confounding exhibit of infinities existing, but some infinities can't fix things. Love with no bounds or limits, a confounding exhibit of infinities existing, but some infinities can't fix things. Why won't infinities fix things? I give anything to fix things. Why won't infinities fix things? I give anything to fix things. Love wasn't enough, crushed under the teeth of a dragon, fell down the steep of the mountain, a tale as old as time, but the mythos is a lie. My love should be enough. Fairy tales are a drop in the ocean. I am nailed to the cross of devotion, unwritten 'cause my wrists were driven into the wood. My love should be enough. My love isn't enough.